later today. And I think we're good. All right, let's head out to the Pitt Electric Live line and talk to Jeremy Lewis. He joins us coming off a thrilling East Carolina victory late Saturday night as they knock off the Memphis Tigers 47-45 in 4 overtimes. Jeremy, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. Can't complain. How about you?
Hey, man, I'm tired. I'm still tired from the other night. We wrapped up our post-game show at 2 a.m. and then yesterday I'm just sitting around watching football and I'm like, man, I feel like I played in that game. Well, you actually did. And at one point, Jeremy, I know you came off the field. So how are you physically right now after playing 4 overtimes in a game like that? Your body holding up?
Yeah, I'm holding up. You know, a game like that's going to cause some bruises and bumps and bruises, you know. But overall, I'm healthy. I'm good. Ready to move on. I'm good.
One more question on that. We ask you guys a lot, you know, coming off a loss, how is it mentally out there and keeping the spirits up on a Sunday practice? But how about physically, Jeremy? Is that, you know, is it difficult or is it a positive to get right back out there on Sunday, get moving around a little bit, get the body going after a long physical game like that on Saturday? How tough is that on the body?
Definitely a mindset thing over a physicality thing because you all can do it. Like it ain't like no stopping it. You can go out there and do it. Like if we had back-to-back games, no matter what we would play, like it is what it is. So we just go out there and practice. You just gotta want to go out there. You gotta know that you can go out there and run that last game off, get a little conditioning in, get some blood flowing, and it's more of a positive than a negative.
Jeremy Lewis joining us. Jeremy, for whatever reason, when ECU and Memphis get together, they play some thrillers. And did you think about that in the moment? Like as fans, as people watching, we think about that. Hey, ECU beat Memphis last year, on a 2-point conversion, just like that in overtime. Were you thinking about that during the game, or is that something you realize and think about after the game's over?
No, most definitely after you had to realize, like, this is crazy. This is the exact same situation that we were in last year at their house. But, like during the game, like I said in another interview, we was in the same situation last year. We was 3-3, then we got on a run and started winning some games. So it's the same situation. So just trying to keep everybody like, yo, we've been here before, we can do this. And, after the game, that's when it really hit, like, wow, this was the exact same situation.
Jeremy Lewis joining us individually. Jeremy, maybe your best game statistically speaking, with 7 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and had a sack, back-to-back games now with the sack as the pass rush getting going here for the Pirate defense. Did you? How did you feel about your individual performance on Saturday night?
Everything can be better. Never truly satisfied. Trying to, I had goals going into the season to get a sack a game, and that hasn't been the case. So, trying to double back now, trying to double up on those, per game just for myself. But overall, I think I could have played better always.
Jeremy, you look up at the scoreboard down 17-0. What? You can't let that doubt creep in. So, what are those conversations like? And how about heading into the locker room, scoring 2 touchdowns, getting that momentum back? You guys, despite trailing early, probably felt really good in the locker room, right? What was that first half and halftime like for you?
Oh yeah, the first half, going down 17, but like we ain't sit down. Like we still knew we had a lot of football left to play, and we always try to play 4 quarters of football, like play that fourth quarter just how we would play that first quarter. So don't let the foot off the gas. Don't take and then we're going into halftime. We knew getting those 2 touchdowns that we'd get some momentum going, and the defense was able to go out there and get a stop. So we was just ready to get out of the locker room for halftime. Ready to get back on the field because we had a little momentum going.
A lot of great plays, a lot of great key moments the other night. One of those, Julius Wood turning an interception into a touchdown. And Jeremy, you were Mr. Do-It-All at South Central, playing both sides of the ball. And we looked it up the other night on the post game. It looked like Julius Wood played some receiver in high school and growing up. And, man, he showed off those ball skills on that return, and I know you were part of the convoy leading him into the end zone. So how about that play? That was a huge play on Saturday.
Nah, that was crazy. I asked him right after. I said, "Hey, I know you must have returned some punts in high school or something." But no, he made 3 people miss, and it was a great play. You know, being in the right spot at the right time, tip drill, catching that pick, and you know, we was able to get points on the board on the defensive side of the ball. Something that we've been trying to preach, something that we've been trying to do, and we was finally able to get that done. So, you know, that was good for our defense, good for our team, get the momentum back in our favor. And, you know, and I was trying to lead block, but there was some big boys out there, but we got in there.
Is that something you work on in practice, Jeremy? Not just forcing turnovers, but once you do, let's turn into offensive players. Let's block. Let's get in the end zone because, man, it looked like all you guys knew right when Julius started going towards the Pirate end zone what to do. So is that something you're prepared for after a turnover?
Yeah, it's something we prepare for. Definitely, it's a want to. It's a mindset kind of thing. You know, flip that switch, come from a defensive standpoint to an offensive standpoint, and, you know, turn around and, you know, do what's best for the team, take on a block, and try to get your teammate in the end zone. So yeah, it's something we practice.
Jeremy Lewis joining us. Man, another great performance too from Keaton Mitchell on the offensive side, and a lot of the guys, but Keaton, I think 29 carries, 4 catches the other night, was huge in overtime. And I did see too that Rajay tweeted out 47. That was the number of points. Nice little tribute there to Rajay with him out for the season. But man, Keaton Mitchell was a warrior on the offensive side for you guys.
Oh, most definitely. You know, I've seen him make some plays, you know, seen him do some things in the game that we've seen him do in practice, and it was just crazy on that 2-point conversion. We literally had the same situation like that, similar in practice, gave him the ball in open space. He made somebody miss and walked in the end zone. So, like, when I seen him catch that ball, I just already knew what was about to go down. But he was able to showcase that speed, you know, do what he does, and he's an amazing player, you know, one of the best in the country. And yeah, shout out to Rod too. I didn't even realize that he was 7 points.
Yeah, keep scoring 47 a game. Y'all should be all right, Jeremy.
Yeah, for sure.
Jeremy Lewis joining us on the Pit Electric Live Line. It's the Delcor Players Lounge here on a Monday. Jeremy, were you fully aware of the overtime rules? Because we had a lot of people, you know, listening, calling in after the game that were kind of unaware of the format. That's the first time East Carolina's been in that situation in the 3rd and 4th overtime where you only go 2-point conversions. So did you know that was the format in overtime? It's kind of a new rule.
Yeah, Coach Houston keeps us very much prepared for situations like that. You know, we practice those situations during the summer, during the spring, and, you know, we were ready for it. The only really thing that shocked me is that, like, once you switch over from a first overtime to a second overtime, the defense had to go back to back, or the offense had to go back to back. You know, I forgot about that rule, so that had surprised me. But other than that, we knew about the whole 2-point situations. We practiced that almost every week, so you know we was ready for it.
Well, let's talk about that more from an offensive perspective. How many 2-point plays do you got? What's your best 2-point play? How about defensively? When you're preparing for a team each week, Jeremy, or you're going over that from a defense perspective, right? Like, here's what Memphis has done in the past on 2-point plays. If they give you this look, all that. So you guys are probably going through a lot of different 2-point plays from them going into the game, right?
Yeah, sir. We got great coaching staff. You know, they do their research. Coach Hale, go back. It don't matter 5 years, 10 years. He'll find a 2-point play from that team, and you know we'll price that up, see what they ran, see if they ran any that year. And you know, a lot of teams don't like to mimic, but you know, you'll go, we'll practice. And like, this is what we'll get, and then you'll be surprised that exactly like the play that we practice is the exact play that we get. So those guys do a great job preparing us, and you know we had our calls down, we had our calls ready for what they was going to do when we went out there and we executed.
Jeremy Lewis joining us. Jeremy, a new name for Pirate fans to get to know, played on Saturday night, and we didn't know his name until last Monday. We actually had a caller call in and say, hey, watch out for this Andrew Conrad. He's a really good kicker. He kicked a 50-yarder against my high school, and we're like, all right, man, whatever. And then we see him out there on the field, and he's able to knock in some extra points for you. And Owen Daffer's won some games for the Pirates in the past, and now Andrew Conrad stepping up. So nice to see a new face hitting some kicks the other night.
Yeah, it was good to see him, go in and, take care of business. I told him congratulations after he made his first kick. That's a big thing for him. He was able to knock some of the nerves off, and, he came in and he was able to, be 100%.
Jeremy Lewis joining us, man. A huge one coming up Saturday. It'll be under the lights once again. It's a blackout. I think you like the black unis, right, Jeremy? You're cool with them.
Yes, sir. I love the black unis.
It's gonna be fun coming up Saturday night. Have you started to dive into UCF? They got a high-powered offense. Going to be chasing around the quarterback. What have you seen so far on the Knights coming in?
Yeah, they got a real fast quarterback, real fast receivers, and they let them run the ball, RPO game. So, we got to be prepared, be on our cues, do our job, and execute.
Jeremy, appreciate you joining us, man. Great game the other night, and get some rest, get some practice in, do what you got to do, and we'll talk to you again next Monday, man. Fantastic work the other night.
Thank you.
All right, and we'll wrap it up there. Thanks, Jeremy.
Thank you.
All right, there's Jeremy Lewis joining us. You'll hear that. And the rest of the Players Lounge coming up today on Pirate Radio Live. We'll have Holton Ahlers, Miles Berry, Xavier Smith, Ryan Jones, Isaiah Winstead, Jeremy. Did I hit everybody? Did I say Miles Berry? So we'll have all that coming up and more on a Victory Monday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Brian Bailey Show coming up at noon right here on Facebook, YouTube, and the Pirate Radio airwaves. So we will talk to you soon, folks.